Thanksgiving Eve, boys. And there's no place I'd rather be than with my family from the pitch, minus the ladies. So it's just us tonight, guys. How do we feel? How are we feeling?
It's good. I mean, great. Yeah. I mean, it's a different year. Yeah. You know, we're trying to make the best of it. I'm not going to really be hanging out with family and that kind of thing tomorrow. But, you know, I mean, we could be in a worse situation. We can be like L.A. right now.
Ooh.
Very true.
Not good. Not good over there.
Walking around with masks outside.
Yeah.
We don't even wear masks, like, anywhere.
Inside, no one's wearing
a mask. Wear masks everywhere.
I don't know if you've seen the Dallas numbers. No one's even bothering with masks anymore. Forget a mask. This is Pitch Please, one of my favorite things to do each week. We took a break last week, but now we're here, and we're gonna debate. We're gonna talk questions. We're gonna. I don't know how to describe it. We're gonna make an interactive dating event tonight. I polled my friends, all 17 of my followers on Instagram. I asked some tough questions, but with a theme. There's a common theme in this room, and it's one thing we can all agree on that is really not up for debate, is that Drake is what has brought us all together, really.
Drake is great.
Drake is great.
Drake is what makes the world go round.
He is.
Yeah.
Yes.
And really, he banned us from including him on episodes of The Pitch, so we've been forced to include him into his own episode so that maybe he'll acknowledge us and then allow us to use his music
Drake,
on YouTube. Drake.
If you're watching this by chance, come on, like, just, you know, make a Pitch Please song or the Pitch song, or let us use some of your music. We love you.
We'll even share some of the ad revenue. Again? We'll share some of the ad revenue.
You know what's funny is Ryan thinks that all Drake songs sound the same, yet he loves all of them.
We caught Ryan the other day. I walked in here and I was like, what's that sound I hear? And it was a Drake playlist that you made for one of our other episodes. And Ryan says, when does the first song end? Because they all sound the same. But I think there's a different mood, Ryan. There's a different mood, or a song for every mood, a song for every occasion. Today I'm feeling, I don't know what I'm feeling today. I always want to go with something from Tuscan Leather is my favorite. I can't not. That was the mood I was listening to. 305 to My City.
That's a good one.
A good one. I get hyped to that one. And then, what do I need? Trophies gets me hyped. Trophies gets me hyped. Yeah. That's a collab. Who else is? There's a bunch of people on that. What's your mood today? What are you feeling?
You know what? Today I am feeling Weston Road Flows.
Damn.
That's me.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
Or Six God.
Okay.
Yeah. I got so many Drake songs that pop in my head all at the same time. Anything with him and Lil Wayne, it always just makes me happy. So I love when they're together.
Yeah.
I went to the Drake vs. Lil Wayne concert in Chicago many years back. And I thought I loved Drake, and my buddy I was with knew every single lyric to the point where I was like, oh my, okay, like, all right. Like, oh my God, it was impressive.
Actually, I went to that show here. It was muggy as shit. It was so hot outside. But I've never seen people bond together more. Yeah. Like, if you were only a Drake fan, or you were an only Lil Wayne fan, for that night, we came together. And if you liked both, it was just like a double dip.
And I feel like that was, like, that wasn't a real battle because you knew they were, like, it would have been one thing if it would. Now that's the battle I want to see, is if it is like Drake versus what's his name from the Clips. That had that beef. That would be like a real, because that's a real battle. And then at the end they have to, like, joust each other.
That's something I guess I would pay to see. Drake's a dad now. I feel like he's taken on a new role, and but I still love him. I think I love him more than ever.
I mean, he's Drake. You can't hate Drake.
You're gonna always love Drake. I mean, I will say, I felt like I was growing up with Drake, even though I was an adult. But I feel like that when he first started, like, he talked about certain things, I'm like, yeah, and then he got money. Yep. And then I couldn't relate to him anymore once he got paid.
After the mixtapes, you were like, I don't have anything in common.
Yeah, he started making money. I'm like, okay, Drake, we can't. I don't have anything in common. No new friends.
No new friends.
I'm good.
No new friends.
Yeah, 3 houses? Damn, I'm just trying to get one. Like,
I mean, when he said I moved out of my mom's basement, I'm like, yeah, me too.
On the come up.
But then he started talking about yachts and all that. And I was like, okay, I'm out.
Oh, you don't have a yacht?
Not yet.
Oh.
Still working on it.
Next year. That's where we'll do the
2021.
We'll do the pitch.
2021
pitch
is so my year.
Yeah.
I'm going to get a yacht.
I can't wait.
Yes.
I'm going to get a
So
yacht and
my
go
year.
to Party Cove. Oh, my God.
Drake's birthday just passed, and I went to a wedding on the same day as his birthday. And the wedding, I brought my photo booth, one of my many talents, and I made a prop that said I skipped Drake's birthday to be here, and it was like a photo booth prop, and it was like the most used prop of the night. And then I got corona, so I wish that I had actually gone to Drake's birthday party instead of this wedding. If I was going to get corona, I would have got it at Drake's birthday. That's a risk I'm willing to take, but I skipped it
for sure.
Yeah. But I tagged him in all the posts just to see if he,
because
he
like,
might see it.
People like I feel like they've been less judgy on COVID, but if you did get COVID from being at Drake's party, people would be like, pass. Cool. Cool. That's dope.
Yeah. Not me.
That's dope.
A wedding in Ohio.
Yes.
Yikes.
I know.
We got COVID hanging out at Fedora.
Yeah. Yeah.
No Drake.
We got COVID by sharing a massive, large,
allegedly,
Corona Rita.
Yes. It was
literally.
Full of
shared it?
It was full of Corona. And and all the COVID.
And they let you have...
Okay,
that's I don't even know who to be upset about, or who with who.
Slow night.
Well, we're a trio tonight, Destiny's Child, if you will. I feel like that's the trio I relate to the most. What about you guys? Who's another trio? You guys always talk about different numbers on your podcast, like sports jersey numbers. Who's a good trio for us?
I mean, Troy, Michael, and Emmett, the triplets.
The triplets, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're Troy.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yes. And are you Emmett? Or are you Michael?
I feel like I would be Michael.
See, I would think I would be Michael. Am I Emmett?
Well, I think because you're dependable. You're like you're the reliable.
Dependable?
Yeah, but he was also like you never knew if he was going to be in court for coke with prostitutes.
That is true.
Oh, man.
That is true. But I am Emmett. Shout out to Andrea.
We miss Martina and Andrea.
Look at the dapper trio. Oh. You see the black ends,
Yeah.
We got the white guy in the front.
And the chunky knit in the middle, which is Andrea. That's the Drake, the version of Drake she relates to the most. She doesn't even know it, but we defined that for her. The chunky knit.
Yeah, I'm going for Hotline Bling Drake.
With the dance.
Yeah, if there's one thing that Drake doesn't do well, it's dance, but that's okay because he does everything else well.
That was a great battle between him and Chris Brown in that one music video. That was pretty funny. You got to see that, by the way.
All right, guys. Tonight's gonna be fun. I'm excited to hang out with you.
Same.
I'm excited to.
Having a great time.
I'm having a great time.
Not a long time.
Yeah.
Damn, we should take a shot if I was to.
Take a shot for me.
Take a shot.
Take a shot for me.
Every time we quote.
Yep. Take a shot for me.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hi, Lizette. Hi. All right, guys. I naturally been spending a lot of time at home after I've recovered from Corona. And I'm really big into TikTok lately.
Okay.
Wow.
It's controversial, I know.
Yeah.
I know, it's a touchy subject. But I did see a trend that I'm like, wow, this is kind of next level TikTok. This isn't a dance. It's not some makeup tutorial. It's not a weird, I don't know, lip sync to a song that everyone knows and actually lip sync it badly. Ladies, when you lip sync to a song on Instagram, please just make sure you know the words ahead of time.
Yeah,
it's the least you could do if you're lip syncing. You didn't even have to sing. Like just know the words.
Just say
and
watermelon or something.
Watermelon.
That was just a clue into the theme. It's called No Nuance November. Have you heard of this?
You told us about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's because I'm mainly the only one here that has time for TikTok here. And No Nuance November, for all of those who don't know, and I had to look it up. I had to read a couple of articles, to be honest, because I'm too old for TikTok.
Wait, they have articles? Like full articles?
Business Insider, they brought it up. They brought it up. So I confirmed that No Nuance November was what I indeed thought it was. And it's basically hot takes, maybe an unpopular opinion. It's a thought that you've been thinking and maybe a lot of people may or may not agree with, but we're going to take turns. I'll kick it off.
Okay.
For No Nuance November. And if you're watching, in the comments, we'll pull up some good No Nuance moments if you have them. So join the conversation below. And while you're at it, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Let YouTube know you like us. No Nuance November. I think we're just going to keep going.
Let's go.
Are we ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I'm going to kick it off. I'm going to look right into the camera. Daylight savings is a scam and it should be outlawed across the globe.
Facts.
Thanksgiving Day food is trash.
Timely.
A woman who hates sports deep down hates herself.
Oh my God. All restaurants should be required to have photos of their food on the menu. Please don't make me look it up.
If you like boobs over butts, you're white and your name is Chad.
If she gives great blowjobs, she can't cook for shit.
Oh. We're not supposed to react, but wow. Coffee tastes better than it smells. Coffee is gross, to be honest.
If you're constantly in bad relationships, the problem isn't them, it's you.
If he drives a Dodge Charger, he will cheat on you.
Man, that's good.
I like that one.
What if she drives it? Okay, later. Showering at night is better and different than showering in the morning. It's different. There's a whole different experience.
If she requests dinner at any restaurant off Maple Avenue, she's a thought.
Okay, last one.
Last one?
Okay, okay, rapid fire. Go.
Frank Sinatra was not a good singer.
Grown adults who go to Disney World on their honeymoons should also be in jail.
If she has solo pics in Tulum, she'll never love you or anything.
If he thinks you're funny, he's just trying to fuck you.
Well, right.
That's the winner for me so far.
Yep.
Dang it. Okay, wow, can't really.
I think we end there.
I think that was good.
That was good.
Yeah, you guys should follow along the TikTok trend because there are some things where I'm like, damn. One of my favorites was, and I don't disagree with it, is if you drink milk outside of cereal and dipping Oreos, that's it. That's where I draw the line.
Right.
Okay, if you're drinking milk as a beverage, like if it's in your top 2 choices, you should be in prison because there is no reason.
Yeah.
And it's dudes. The most of the time where I've seen people drinking milk, it's guys. And I'm telling you guys, you gotta cut it out.
The guys drinking milk are the same guys that prefer boobs over butts.
Mm-hmm.
Especially that warm milk. You guys do the warm milk?
No.
Is that ever a thing? When they say when you go to sleep, they like drink warm milk. Like that sounds like the nastiest thing.
I'm not a fucking toddler. Why would I drink warm milk? What?
No, I just.
What if it's almond milk?
Just jerk off and go to bed like an adult.
Mom, I'm sorry. It's so early. It's not even 8:30.
Sorry, Mom.
But man, I almost wish there used to be this dating app that was called Hater. Have you guys heard of it?
No.
Mm-mm.
And I actually saw it on Shark Tank way before I even paid attention to the dating app world, and it would match you with people based on things you hated.
What?
So hear me out. Speaking of sports, right? If we both say we both like sports. Okay, but what if you like lacrosse and I like hockey? Yeah. Okay, but we don't agree. But if we say we both hate sports, suddenly we just knock out the whole. We're not gonna go to Texas Live for drinks. I don't care about baseball. Fuck the World Series. You know what I mean? Like you just agree on. Or I hate Italian food. Cool. We don't have to debate it. It's done. It's over. And so the media, of course, naturally ripped it apart because they were like, well, it's just perpetuating pessimism and blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? You get right to the point. And if you disagree on things, like, you know pretty early on, like, I don't love cheese. Will I hang out with somebody who likes cheese? Cool. I don't hate cheese. Mm-hmm. But you know what I do hate? Parmesan cheese. And if you like Parmesan cheese, I'm out.
Whoa.
That's
that's a lot of people.
My heart hurts because I'm an Italian cooker and I love cooking Italian, and Parmesan is my I use that more than butter.
Well, if you what's the word?
Douse.
Soak it.
Like a topping. You're talking about more as like a topping. Okay.
Yeah. I get a little
grated or shredded. Which one you hate?
I'll take a little bit.
Okay.
She's grateful
for
a
But like if you go to a fancy date at Olive Garden, Andrea, and
as long as he's not driving a Dodge Charger, because obviously I was
cheated.
right. Yes.
I feel like if he drives a Dodge Charger, hockey's his favorite sport and he's bad at sex.
Oh damn! I feel like we all dated one of those. When I say all, I mean me. Damn it. Hater is
What have I talked about on the podcast? I say when you're trying to find the mate, instead of trying to find what you guys have in common, find out what you don't have. Find out what you don't like. You know, when you're looking for the perfect one, this is what I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like.
That's the shit I don't like.
Sorry, Drake. I know that was not it. I know, yeah. And Drake's Nemesis is on that song too. Sorry. Oops.
Sorry, Drake. Sorry. We're trying to get him to sponsor the show, guys. We gotta be on track here.
That won't happen again over my dead body.
Wow. Okay. Nice work. I'm taking a drink. We're supposed to take a drink.
What
does
this mean?
Yes.
This is killing me.
Sorry.
Dang it.
As we take this drink from Marvin's room.
Damn. Anyway, Hater didn't do very well. I think it shut down. I was trying. Oh, damn. I'm losing my friends.
Yeah, I could see why it wouldn't do well, but I do think like that could be a fun part of a dating app going forward. That could even be something that we do here.
That sounds like a segment to me. That's the shit I don't like.
That's that shit I don't like. Yeah. And we can
mayonnaise.
Yeah. Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Or it could be things you're obsessed with. New dating apps, though.
I just had PTSD or PTSM.
I'm gonna save my rant about that episode next week.
Oh man, this is the second week in a row you've said that.
I'm scared.
Well, last week we went here last week.
I know, but you said it at like
I said I was going to say it, but we'll do it another time. But right now, by the way, me and Andrea are gonna have an Italian party, and we're gonna have lots of Parmesan. So Christiana, you can come. So
okay, here's my thing. It's like if we go so as long as he respects the fact that I don't love cheese. Okay, I made Olive Garden as a joke, but this is a good example. You guys go down. You know, you get the salad at Olive Garden, like the unlimited
salad and breadsticks.
Amazing.
And he's like, no, I got this. Okay. And the cheese guy comes out, the server, and he's like, could I put some cheese on this? And the guy says, yes. And the server says, just tell me when.
Tell me when to stop.
And he doesn't say when for like 17 seconds. And that's where I'm going like, this is going to be a beef.
Please tell me you go, would you like some salad with that cheese?
A classic, of course. No, here's the thing, is I would just probably eat it anyway because I'm trying to be nice on my first date at Olive Garden.
Okay, first of all, first.
That's a long.
I would love to meet a lovely lady that would be okay with the first day being at Olive Garden because it'd be less expensive than the fucking places off Maple Avenue.
I was getting ready to say, would you rather her say, let's go to Olive Garden, or would you want to go to somewhere on Maple Avenue? She's a bargaining
babe. Yeah. If she said Olive Garden, then, she's probably into butt stuff.
I just have a quick question. What if it's like actual Parmesan cheese, like from the Parmesan province of Italy? Spain, wherever it's from.
Yeah,
the one that's like $1 million per speckle.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I wouldn't even want to eat that. I would be like, this is worth too much to put in my mouth.
I'm definitely not wasting on the first date.
No, that was a bad example, but you know what I mean. Like, if we both hate the same thing, can we just move on from it? See, this is why we would never. We couldn't date. None of us could date. Sorry.
So here's the thing, though. I think that one thing that there's two types of people. There's one that knows that you don't like that and doesn't push it on you or doesn't like really try to and then there's the other person that tries to break you down to make you like it, right?
Yeah.
You gotta watch out.
That had the right way. Let me do it this way.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those people. You gotta watch out for them, trying to make you like something.
The pushers.
The pushers.
I'm not into that.
Don't like the pushers.
That's me.
If you guys want to have a good chuckle, Martina, Andrea, and myself, we did a podcast not too long ago, I think right before you guys had yours, and we were joking about Andrea had a guy who said, I've got a coupon for whatever the coupon was, and I think it was Macaroni Grill or something.
Well,
and he was like, let's go there. And
how old are these people?
Yeah, I know.
Where do you even find a coupon?
Yeah, where do we get coupons?
That's a good point. That's a good point. That's a good point. Like, I don't know where either exists.
But we kind of she was like, I never wanted to talk to him again. And I was like, but okay, look at the bright side, all right?
Financially.
He could be rich, but the reason why he's rich is because he is a bargainer and he's saving because he gets buy one get one at Macaroni Grill.
He stays off Maple Avenue. Stays away from
See, that's where y'all.
Yeah, but he lives on the other side of Oak Lawn, like down the way a little bit.
Yeah, down by the
kind of where we're.
Like if
Macaroni
you have a
Grill is like 2% better than Olive Garden.
Yeah, it just looks nicer.
Yeah.
But then you get inside, you're like, the foundation's all fucked up here. Like,
it's better interior design.
Still plastic.
Whatever.
Well.
Yeah, you're just on a golf course. No one cares.
Oh my gosh. Well, so Hater, not a good app. Based on things that you both love, questionable. Obviously, Parmesan cheese wouldn't be on my list, but I want to talk about worst behavior.
Okay. Ooh, I'm always on mine.
You're always on yours. Nice.
Yeah.
You were made for a Drake themed episode. This was your idea, and I feel like you've been really marinating
because
in these moments.
It's been the furthest thing that we've been doing.
Yeah, I like it.
That's one.
I
That's
like
one.
it.
You didn't even catch it. That's one though.
Okay.
I can go all day.
He can just
I've got the energy.
I'm just so subtle.
I've got the energy.
Okay, stop.
So.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
I'm gonna get drunk on my sugar-free.
On your Red Bull.
Chugga.
Chugga. All right, guys, we're moving on to worst behavior.
God, this chair's the worst behavior.
Just stay still. I'll just hold you here. I asked all of my followers, all 17 of them, some tough questions about what it's like to date in Dallas and beyond. And I asked about the worst / weirdest dates that they have been on. Mm-hmm. But first I want to start, do you have a bad date that comes to mind? When you think worst behavior on a date and it's not you, what comes to mind? Anything like right off the top of the dome?
I don't really have, like off the top, I don't really have one that I can think of because I feel like...
So it really wasn't the worst.
For the most part, just off the top, none of them have been like so bad to where I feel like I can control enough of it to where like if it's going bad, I can be like, okay, well, we're done here. Or I can at least be like, we're not going to, there's no future here, but we can have fun, and have some drinks and go our separate ways. Yeah, I mean, that's... Oh, actually, I can tell you one.
Let's hear it.
Okay, now I just remembered.
You were trying to put that memory away.
Yeah, this was right before the second shutdown. It was right after we did the podcast at Ferris Wheelers. Okay. I met up with a young lady, and she was a good 40 pounds heavier than her pictures, which
COVID weight.
Which was crazy because I confirmed it on Instagram. Like even like she was lying to Instagram. Like that's even crazy. Like
you cross-referenced her social to confirm.
It's one thing to lie on Tinder, but to lie to Instagram, I was just like, okay, hold up. And then as we're talking, I'm like, as much as I know I portray to be a dick, I was like, she drove all the way here from Denton. I can't be a huge dick. Ooh. So we'll go for a drink or two. And as we're walking, I'm talking about the podcast and like, Jesse's a producer, this or that. And then she's like, oh, I've always wanted to get into rap. And I'm like, oh, okay. She's like, yeah, I want to be a rapper. And I was like, oh, okay. Like you like, have you rapped? No, but I think I'd be good. And it was just like, man, this is good.
Did she rap for you?
No, she didn't. But we did have a drink, and then she was like, dance with me. And I was like, oh, I'm good. And she was like, dance with me, you pussy. And I was like, oh, damn, like, holy shit. Like, if I ever said that.
Wow, that is, we need a button. We need a button. I need this recorded. Ryan, we need a button that just says worst, okay?
Yeah.
That's my next request. No more fancy lights, Ryan. Yeah, just a button that says worst. It got weirder over time.
Yeah, that was one where I was like, I couldn't wait to pay the tab. Yeah. And like tab out to be like, thank you for your, and you know, like I
Did you shake hands when you left? Like, how did this even end?
I think I gave her the biggest hug ever to like be like
suffocate her.
Thank you, and then I just like left. Like, thank you that this is over. Like, oh my god, thank you. But I also like that kind of shame on me. Somebody should sit her down and be like, look, like if it's fine if you get bigger, right? That happens. Yeah, but just own it.
It's just like, represent yourself.
Just, like own it. Like own it.
Own it. Yeah, I wouldn't call this the worst date because it was after the date. That's when it got bad.
Ooh.
Okay. You know, when the date went well.
Yeah.
And it went to another area, and then it got bad. Oh. I don't know if any of you guys have ever hooked up with a girl in the bedroom, and then the ex-boyfriend comes in the house and sits on the couch and watch TV and eats cereal while you're in the other room.
What? How did you know? Okay. A lot to unpack here. How did you?
Damn.
How did you know? Did they still live together?
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. That's strike one. And so then he comes into the house and sits down, and she's like, "Oh, that's Brian."
I heard the door open.
You're like, "We're being robbed."
So you heard the door open, and and she's like, and she got quiet, and she's like, "Oh no, that's just Tim." And I was like,
Tim,
your gay best friend?
And I do remember there were a pair of Jordans in the corner. of the bed of the living room.
Yep.
And I saw him, but I was younger back in those days. I'm like, whatever. I'm over a girl's house.
Yeah.
I don't care at this point. You know, there could have been rats running around with Jordans on. I wouldn't have cared at that point. So I was like, whatever. And so we went in the other room and we were hanging out. And I heard the door open. And I stopped.
Banging out.
And then she was like, she said, quiet. And then all of a sudden you hear the refrigerator open. And then you hear the TV comes on. And then you start hearing.
Oh my God.
So that's the appropriate time to have milk.
Yeah. He probably warmed it up.
And she's like, I think you should leave.
Oh.
So I get up.
Wait.
Are we mid session here?
Are you in?
Don't do that here.
Are you in?
No, don't ever do that.
Are you saying who do you love?
I mean, we're being biblical at this point. You know, we're hanging out, we're enjoying each other's company.
So you had your John 3:16 and her
Romans 8. No.
Oh my God!
Did
you
you
never talk to her again?
Did you hear him say like, "There's my Jordans"?
Well, the worst part is that there's only one way out, so I have to go through the living room.
Oh, you got to talk to him.
So I walk out and I see him, and he's kind of looked over, and I was like, "What's up?"
Do you like dap each other up?
But no.
Compare notes.
And probably one of the, and for all you black people out there, y'all know what this means. When he said, "What's your name is, cuz?"
Oh.
That's why I knew I had to hurry up and get out of there as fast as possible. Once they call you cuz and they ain't your cuz, it's time to.
Especially if they phrase it that way too.
They said, "What's your name is, cuz?"
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I was like, it's time for me to run up out of here.
Did you do it like? Did you like walk out like with the? You're like, yep, and that's about where you would put the. You know, that's about where you'd hang that up.
And that young lady is how yoga's done.
I was just mounting the TV. I was just mounting the TV.
And that's gonna be a great birthday present for Tim. Oh, Tim, I didn't see
bless
her.
you. Yeah, I was coming in to. So So I walked out because I ain't no punk, you know. So I walked out, but then I ran to my car. Though.
Yeah.
I sprinted to my car. So yeah, I don't know if you can call that a worst date or just a worst.
That's
ending. If she's watching, what's up, girl?
Yeah. And also,
what's your name is?
What's your name is, cuz?
Are you still with
Tim?
Said guy?
How's Tim doing?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay, mine. I don't really haven't had like a terrible date, but I did go on a date where the guy would say things, but it was like close, almost correct, but like 1 degree off. Like example, it'd be like, so how long have you been a teacher? And I'm like, or no, how long have you been a nurse? I'm like, well, I'm not really a nurse, but I do work in the emergency room. And then he'd say things like, so what was it like growing up in Kansas? Like, well, I didn't grow up in Kansas, but I did live there. So he'd say things that were like close, but also very wrong at the same time. So he was like, yeah, well, Emily, this has been, I was like, we had like met out. And you know when, I mean, I'd love to see what your phones have looked like over the years. But when I used to meet someone out, I would put descriptions of what they looked like because you don't always remember. And this was like kind of pre-dating app. People weren't super active on Instagram. So I literally would save people like, this isn't my phone. This was me in I'm just outing myself, 2014. Jim, Concrete Cowboy. Like I would save. So anyway, so he didn't do enough.
Who the fuck is named Jim that was going to Concrete Cowboy?
I don't know. I heard Tim and then Brent at Concrete Cowboy. Okay, Brent at Clutch. Okay.
Touche. Brent
so I would describe them. He did not do enough descriptive. He thought it was somebody entirely different, and I was like, "Do we finish the date? Like, are you interested? Like." Can we even go on here? Because it was so awkward because he thought it was somebody different, but it was rough. It was more awkward than anything. It wasn't the worst. It was actually kind of fun. We were getting along, but I was like so confused. I was like, does he have Alzheimer's? Why is he? I don't know. It was rough.
I feel like your other one was probably equal. The one with at the Stars game, the guy that had a girlfriend.
But that was a really good date.
That was a good
date, though.
Yeah, the follow-up. Yeah, the follow-through.
Yeah, nobody takes somebody on a date better than a guy that's already taken.
Yeah, he's the best date.
I was like, damn. Jeez. Let me read some of these good ones. Andrea, friends and family here. The date itself wasn't weird, but it was him showing up covered in paint after dressing up at Comic-Con as the Hulk. He said he showered, but he had missed several spots, so he had green paint. I'm just trying to picture like.
What other spots were he?
I don't know. Andrea, please confirm. That one's pretty funny.
And was he really the Incredible Hulk?
I took a girl bowling and she would barely talk. It was the most awkward game/date ever. Bowling, okay. If a guy asks me to go bowling, it's a no for me, dog.
Really?
It's the loudest place you could ever go, though. Yeah, why would you want to take her bowling?
I don't know.
But it's an activity. Like it's like you're at least doing something.
Yeah, that's what you do. Like,
do you invite girls to bowl on the first date?
No, but I mean, I would go bowling on a date.
Sure. But the first
I
date
feel
is
like that's a fun, like if you're fun, you can make anything fun, right?
Yeah.
I feel like but if like she should say no bowling. I hate bowling.
Top golf, miniature golf, something like that.
Like
I think would be better.
This one's a good one. And I don't know if this guy enjoyed this or he hated it, but I guess he said it was the weirdest. I went on a date with an ER nurse, wasn't me, where we discussed things people get stuck in their butt.
What?
A very popular thing.
That was a bad date?
Yeah, that sounds like
a weird date. He said.
That's
all you talked about.
About butt stuff.
Yeah, things that people get.
Did he say, "So are you with me or what"?
Okay. Okay, here we go.
Not the wrong name calling.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was rough. And and when he said my name, it was so far off of my actual name that I was like, oh boy.
Do you think most women have dealt with somebody calling them the wrong name? You think that's something that's
I think
common?
it's less about mixing up the name. He just truly had an identity. He was confused about
He didn't know shit.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like he didn't know my name, which a lot of times when I used to go out back at Concrete Cowboy, if I would introduce myself, I'd say, oh, I'm Christiana, and shake hands. And at the end of the conversation, however long that took, they'd say, well, can I get your number? I'm like, sure, what was my name? And if they didn't get my name correct,
of course you did.
It was my easy way out because no one would remember it. People still don't remember it.
I've done that, where I have a girl come out or whatever, and I can't but I'll do the hey, this is Juan, and Juan will introduce himself, and I'm hoping that she'll
say,
and I'll be like, okay, there it is.
Oh,
got it.
Yeah.
I mean, I told you about the girl that I dated for a month, and I never knew her name.
See, but that just goes to show that you care about the person
okay, well,
more than the name. You care about the inside.
It was the inside.
You care about the person, not the name.
But we spoke heart to heart.
Yes.
It wasn't about what came out of our mouth.
Yes. Her name could have been Ashley, could have been Angelica, could have been Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Didn't matter.
It could have been. It could have been.
What was it?
We still don't know.
We still don't know.
The mystery remains. This one says a guy invited me to dinner and a movie, but he ate before our date and didn't like any of the movie. That would just be why would you even do that?
So he ate before, so he wouldn't.
He was like, oh no, I ate already. And that movie was terrible. What do you even? At least pretend.
Yeah,
at least eat a chip.
That's garbage.
He sucked. He was gonna be terrible anyway.
Yeah,
you're not missing out.
I do understand if you don't want to be starving for that, because you don't want to be especially if some people have different metabolisms. I get it, but at least go to a place that has shareable and eat something. Make it look like you're eating. Do a little and for the movie part. Maybe for a first date, don't go to a fucking movie. I don't know.
Sixth grade?
Yeah,
that was my first date. Spy Kids. Eddie, if you're watching.
Spy Kids, really?
Yeah, I saw Spy Kids. That's how young.
The worst movie to see for a first
Spy Kids, 6th grade. He tried to put his arm around me, and I leaned forward.
No.
He still remembers it. He reminded me the other day. Truck Stop Diner is where they went on their first date. That was an interesting one.
Okay.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
A guy saying faith at karaoke night while making direct eye contact with me the entire time.
That sounds awesome.
I think that's
what's faith?
That sounds like a
George Michael.
Yeah, George Michael.
One of the greatest artists of all time.
I feel like that's
Is it like a super lovey?
No.
Sexual song?
Asking me to stay.
Yeah. Well, you can't sing it. You can't sing it.
Don't sing.
But also, I think that's a.
Don't hum it either.
Don't hum it. We're gonna get
That's
shut
a
down.
confident move.
Yeah.
If you can sing, not only
basically
sing that
means
song,
he sucked.
if you can sing that song and make eye contact, that's a confident move.
Yeah.
She should have fucked him.
You should have, just for George Michael.
Yeah, for faith.
Gosh.
Yeah. Gotta have faith.
Gotta have faith.
Sex is natural. Sex is good. Not everyone does it, but everybody should.
Wow.
George Michael.
Yep.
Beautiful.
You should star 67 him.
Wow. Some more worst behavior. I asked people some of the worst pickup lines that they've received, and honestly, there are 2 that I just don't even know how to get past, and that might be the only 2 that I read. The first one, again from a family friend of the show. Can you sit on my face? And that's it. Was that a dating app?
I feel like that's a terrible line because yes, she can. Like anyone can sit on your face. It's not like a
capable.
Physically, it's not like I can. Yes.
Yeah, you can.
Will I?
Will you? Yeah, that's the question.
He should have said may.
Like I feel.
I have you.
May I have you? I have you?
Can I?
Yeah. Sit on my
Shakespeare asked that.
He said, "Ye who
can thou sit on thy faitheth, or will thy sit on thy crown?
Wow.
Doth knowing,
doth
ass, doth vagine, splits between face, cheek to cheek,
oh God,
as we speak into the night." There you go.
Wow.
That was Shakespeare. Oh, that was from Macbeth. That was Macbeth. Yeah.
Macbeth booty.
Yes.
And this one, another that truly, I'm speechless. Hey girl, let me pop a baby in you. And that's it. Again, you didn't even ask for permission.
Let me guess, she's over 5'11".
I don't know. Cannot confirm.
Like most tall girls, they get that all the time. Guys go, oh, let me get a
Really?
basketball player out of it. Yeah, let's get an athlete out of it. D1, let's get a D1 player out of it. Yeah, they complain. I'm sure all the 5'11" up girls know.
She should have been like, well, how much do you make? Because I got to know like what the child support's going to be like every month.
And one cheesy one for all of our moms watching.
For all of our cheese lovers,
all
mine is
non-Parmesan cheese. My sister actually has a friend who, every time I hear the word Parmesan, she thought for most of her adult life that it was Farmer John cheese.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Alex, that's for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
Got any raisins? How about a date? And Zinga said, "Are you married?" That's a pickup line that she's gotten. Is that because they were wanting you to be married?
Are you? Well, I mean, that's a good question to ask.
I don't think that's not a pickup line. That's like more of a deterrent, so you don't end up in one of Juan's situations where you're in there doing 1 Corinthians to her 2 Corinthians.
Allegedly.
Wow.
And allegedly. And he starts eating Captain Crunch.
I think it was Frosted Flakes. Actually, I could smell the.
Damn.
Which is a very underrated cereal. It's a good cereal.
It doesn't get soggy too fast, which is very important when it comes to cereals.
What cereal, if he started eating it, would you like when he was like, say what your name is, cub? Would you have been like, little bitch?
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it.
And to wrap up worst behavior, I asked the audience, is dating actually the worst? And most people actually said, yes, it is the worst. 67% of people said dating is the actual worst. The other option was, no, I think it's kind of fun. But I feel like that's what we hear. Like, people are over it. Minus a handful of people are like, sometimes it's fun.
I'll tell you why. Because nobody likes the like getting to know you phase, the trial and error phase, the courting phase. People just want to be in the relationship. People just want to be in the cuffing part where you're on the couch and you're eating pizza and you're having sex and all that. But it takes a little bit to get there. But nobody likes that part.
It's like working out. I mean, everyone wants that body.
Yeah, but we don't want to.
They don't want to go through the process of getting that body. You see the ones.
I've said for the past 5 years, like any girl would come up to me and say, "Hey, by the way, you're my boyfriend." I'd be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
Like solid, easy, done.
So that's all it takes.
Well, as long as she's not 40 pounds heavier.
Okay, yeah. Oh, right.
We just want everyone to be represented accurately. Okay?
You know, maybe that's a dating app that needs to get created where you just skip the first 2 steps and you're just together. But then that's called arranged marriage, and those never work.
Those called reality shows.
Yeah, they never work out.
One last ad to bad dates. I don't even know what this means. I had a first date to an underwater themed wedding. Weddings for a first date, it could go one way and it can go another way. Either really fun or really, really bad. Too much pressure. People are like, oh my God, how long have you guys been together? And you're like, we just swiped right 3 hours ago.
I made that mistake 5 years ago. I took an edible on a golf course that lasted like 14 hours. And I had a kind of a date with the girl. It was her date to a wedding. Turned out to be an African wedding that was very interactive and that was very high.
Oh my God.
And it was like it was like a scene out of like a movie like Mulan or something. I was like, what the fuck?
Like Coming to America, probably.
Wow.
Yeah, but
do we have footage of this or pictures? Because
I think I did have videos where I was like sitting my friends' videos like, what the fuck?
So you're saying, as Andrea said, you did not pop a baby in her?
Not pop a baby. If this is all ways like, let me put a baby in you, I might be like, okay. But pop a baby in you? It's so aggressive.
Wait a minute, so there's a way. So you're just saying it's the way they say it.
If they go like, give me the baby, can you hand me the baby? Like, can they hand it? Let's just put it in there.
I like to make babies with you, with consent, of course. And at least take me to Olive Garden once. But pop a baby, it's just so aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a delivery.
There's
a delivery of the baby. Okay.
Wait, before we move on, because the internet lives forever. There's Christiana's Instagram handle for all the DMs from now into eternity about popping a baby in.
Boys don't, okay?
And please give her your best baby popping pickup line.
Yes.
Please
rehearse it if you have to.
Please practice.
And
because...
please send video.
Yes, we want to see this.
God.
Not the pop a baby part.
Yeah, not that part. Sorry, guys. That's a different
I understand how that works. We both do.
Yeah, OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Oh, OnlyFans.
Only babies.
Okay, moving on. Although a great topic of worst behavior, it's just about finding your love. What do we need to do to find the right? What do you think is the reason why you haven't found the one? Is it you?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, definitely.
Is it your career? Do you think being busy? You're on the golf course most days, so.
Whoa.
This is being recorded.
If my boss is watching this, that's false. But also, I made a lot of deals on the golf course. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's definitely a combination of me, and also a combination of like the fact that like as much as like I would love to have the one, I'm not willing to like settle. Like I'm not just gonna be like,
you know what you want.
Yeah, that's it.
You
like
know what
I'm like just not even if it's one thing. I'm very like I'm picky but not picky, but I can be like, not gonna work here anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I get that. I asked the audience, is your busy career keeping you from finding the one? And it was kind of a 50-50 split. Like some people were like, no, I met my boyfriend / or maybe husband at work, and you know, which most people avoid. Most people avoid.
You don't wanna do that.
Yeah, it's not a good.
But when it's the one, you can't help it.
I mean, if it is, I think when people say I'm too busy, like that's a crock of shit. Yep. Because here's the deal: you
no nuance,
will always make time for anything that you want.
Yep.
True.
You'll make time for the gym that you're at 2 hours a day.
Yep.
You'll make time for sleep that you need 10 hours of. You'll make time for whatever it is that you really find important.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so when people are like, "Oh, I'm too busy," like that's a crock because they probably want somebody else that they can't get, and they're just holding out for that person.
Yeah, they're too busy for the people that they're dealing with. That's what they're too busy for.
Yeah. We did again to reference the podcast we did the other day. I feel like I should just copy and paste this, or just have like a template ready to tell my girlfriends, and there's several of them, like, you know, he's not texting me back, he's probably busy, or he's probably, and they always give excuses to why a guy doesn't ask them to do something, or they don't text back fast enough, or they don't do whatever. I'm like, if he wanted to, he really
1000%.
really would.
1000%.
He really would. And if not, I get people are busy, but set the tone right off the bat. Like sometimes, we can look at our phones. But if he really wanted to, who would? Ladies too. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and if he's busy, he is going to text you to let you know that he's busy, and he's going to say, "I will reach out to you on this said date." Yep. Mm-hmm. He's going to make it. He's going to, and the same thing with the women. They will like we talk about women that bail all the time, or they ghost, whatever. Like if they bail on a date, they're going to ask about rescheduling. Yeah, they're not going to just go, "We'll do it again sometime."
And I have a question. So if a girl is say she's single. And she's like can't really find some whatever, and you know you're trying, but she wants to hang out with you, but will only hang out with you in like a group setting. Like, isn't that kind of like so like what's really going on here?
Couple things come to mind. One, safety. Is she afraid that you might murder her? That's an extreme.
But also, and here's my answer to that. Like, so I just chose today to be my first murder. Yeah. Like,
yeah. I feel like murdering someone before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Also, it's friends' approval too.
I think that sometimes I know we've talked about this before, like a group setting or like meeting friends on the first date. That's a lot, but I also think that it can tee you up for success.
Definitely.
I think it can tee you up for success. So there may be some insecurities of, wait, how am I going to do solo on a date with somebody that maybe intimidates me? Maybe I need someone to buffer said intimidation. Or they aren't really sure how the other person is going to be, and so they want to have, I don't want to say like backups, but they want to have somebody they could look to, and I don't know. Some people are very intimidated by one-on-one, and I totally get that.
And it's a less pressurized, like it's more of a first encounter to where the pressure of, because calling something a date, even a lot of times these days, is a lot of pressure, right? It's like. Like you want to be comfortable and then have a first date, I guess. But it's just weird. It seems to be a thing that's happening a lot of people wanting to meet people in group settings or with their friends. Like, hey, can I bring my friend? Like, what? Like what?
Well, have you ever?
Unless you want me to fuck both of you, then.
Have you ever experienced the valid how you might meet a girl and her friend, and it's going okay. You guys are being friendly, and they go to the bathroom. Oh. And then they come back, and all of a sudden now she's all over you. Oh. You know what that means? That means you have just been certified, my friend. She did the her friend said, "Go get it, girl." She gave her the high five and said, "Go for it." She waved the flag.
But see, here's the other thing that you could face if you do go on a first date meeting with your friend. That person could like the friend more.
It's dangerous. It's risky.
Don't be hotter. Yeah,
that's happened.
Don't be the hotter friend.
Yes.
Or at least be the friend that
or funnier or something.
Or some people have different tastes.
Yeah.
Be the friend that is not their taste, right?
Yes.
Or
yes.
Yeah.
It's why things it's like having a wingman, but a prepared, like when you go out and you bring a wingman, you're not always anticipating you're going to meet someone and that wingman's going to wingman you into that situation, right? When someone brings someone to a date, I think it's like you're kind of diffusing the intimidation. Like, I don't know. I think it'd be different. You and I debating a topic and going back and forth on something, or having a conversation, not debating, having a conversation. But because we have Juan here, Juan can jump in at any moment and break up this one-on-one eye contact that we're making. That can be very intimidating for people.
Yeah.
And I also think this pandemic probably hasn't done us a ton of favors when it comes to acting ourselves and getting out again. Like, a lot of people are having to re-socialize in a way that we just... It's so, if you're somebody who goes out and is really active and shares Corona-ritas, and then the government says, you can't do that, stay home. Not to get deep, but it is a very psychological, like, people are going through some weird stuff. So don't look into it too much.
I guess
I'll go on the date with you guys. I'm ready.
That's just the motion.
Yeah. Well, speaking of dating during a pandemic, I asked some people if they had gotten creative to go on some fun dates. And have you gone on any creative non-bowling dates since the pandemic? Anything fun, anything unique?
I did go to a place that's in the design district that it's fun. I think it could be a little bit better, but it's a putt-putt place, like in a warehouse type.
Oh, that's cool.
It's cool. Though it was kind of first opening, and it was kind of like there wasn't anyone there, and like the way it was set up, but the concept, I think, was good.
Was different?
Yeah.
Some people have been they sent in some really cute things. Picnic and drive-in movie. It's the new socially distanced dinner and a movie. So you go to a drive-in together. That's
cool.
pretty fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did one the other day, and it was really cool because I actually hadn't been to a drive-in since 6th grade, Spy Kids. Just kidding. But it has been a very long time. And it was cool because you could bring your own drinks. You could sit in the car. You could have, like, your own space. People aren't coughing on you like at the normal movies.
Yeah, no, that's great.
You can make out whenever you want to. People still make out at the movies. I don't know.
Wait, so they were in the same car then?
So it sounds like they were in the same car.
Okay, because if they went to the date and they were separate cars, then it's like, what's the point of dating?
You just hold hands through the window or...
texting each other back and forth.
This one was cute. We went to a rescue farm and walked with animals who were previously held in captivity. See, that date would be too emotional for me, and I would just be... I would be
Sarah
like, can we just
McLachlan's
take...
music playing the whole time?
Can we take these 7 animals home?
And they're
that would be too
definitely
much.
drink warm milk when they go home, too.
Yeah. No. But a sweet date. Sunset charcuterie date. Sunset, like a picnic, it sounds like. They had a charcuterie by sunset.
So like that sounds...
Is that a Drake song?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is.
It's him and Rihanna.
Yeah. Charcuterie board? No, nothing? That doesn't ring a bell? Like, not even a small bell? Like a ding, tiny
what
ding?
about
Is that a Drake song?
It's a cheese board!
Yes.
No Parmesan, though.
Yeah, no Parmesan. So here's my thing about that.
Charcuterie sounds better. Sounds fancier than cheese board.
Yeah.
While that sounds very romantic and sweet, doesn't that seem like the flip side is like if you do it's almost like you're doing too much.
For right? What? Which one?
If you do the cheese board and like
a
sunset
charcuterie date, that's too much.
I'm saying it could be too much.
Brent, you got to go back to a couple weeks ago where it's you got to try, but not try.
So you got to be available, there,
but
not available.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because listen, like I think a lot of it goes back to what it looks like to their friends. You know, like you just said, like if a girl gives the approval, now she could be all over you. But so it's like he did this, and it's like what?
No, they're all gonna go. Oh, like they're gonna do the whole song. Yeah, charcuterie board, sunset. Oh yeah, we're gonna eat that up.
So that's
if
moody
you go back
Drake.
To
that's sad
the
Drake.
guy that's saving the whales on a first date. Like, what are you gonna do on the second date?
Say Private Ryan.
Like cure cancer.
How do you go up
on the
from
third
there?
date? You're gonna be Matt Damon.
Well, okay. This is the question. Just out of pure curiosity for the boys here. What if you go on a date? Like, what if it's so great that the next one is like what if you set the bar too high and then you can't like. You're right. Like if you do something really emotional and like,
yeah,
you know, have you guys ever seen Failure to Launch? Sarah Jessica Parker is paid to get Matthew McConaughey. Oh my God.
Of course, it's Matthew.
It's almost the same premise as How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Nah, kind of. But she's paid to help Matthew McConaughey launch onto his own life, to have him to be married. He lives at home with his family, and she has a rhythm, like a cadence of dates that she takes him on to get him to be hooked. It is kind of How to Lose a Guy. And
all right.
Wow. And so she has a troubling moment. She loses a dog. They fake put a dog to sleep. Not funny, but it works. And she lets him teach her something. Like they go shoot paintballs together, and that's a moment. And then she lets him meet the friends, and like she has a flow, and it works for her all of the time. And I just feel like she was setting like. She had a science to it. So what if you go on like a really extravagant date and someone's following the science of dates, and then you lose it. Then like it fizzles out. Like I would almost want to go on a okay
date.
Like no, not an like out of 10.
Yeah.
I'd like to go on like a 75% of the way, like a C+, and then the next date be like an A+.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go downhill from there.
Yeah, like the first date you go to I don't know, like the aquarium or something.
I love the aquarium.
The second date is sunsets at the Arboretum. I don't know. It's just like all of it.
It's hard to keep like.
It's hard, like it's hard to keep like the spots and whatnot. It's all.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
We're all because all we really want to do, like as people, is at some point have sex with each other, and we're just doing all these different activities.
We're just delaying the inevitable.
Yeah, we're just delaying the inevitable of what we really want,
staring at sunsets,
eating cheese.
Yeah.
Saving the animals.
Saving the animal and Private Ryan.
I know this. A couple weeks ago, we did the Red Flags episode, but we're talking about pets.
Classic. Guys, you need to watch that. Yeah.
I just have to tangent for a second because I had a girlfriend for a minute, and the first date she had like a box in the back of her car, and it was like a pet box that you take your pet to the vet or whatever.
Like a crate.
Yeah.
No, but it was just cardboard.
Okay.
Anyway. Okay. But that was the box that she took her cat to go put down 3 months prior, and she couldn't
let go of the box
to get rid of the box that was still in her backyard. That should have been a really big red flag.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get laid.
Yeah. Oh, well.
That feels like a cock block if I've ever heard one. Is the sad cat story?
More like a cock box.
Cock box.
Or
Sorry, Mom. Wow. I don't even.
Sorry for that downer.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I guess.
But red flag,
Yeah, I mean, because
that's a question.
Because I mean, I get it, but you're kind of like. It's been 3 months. You're
I have a deal break. Here's a sitch for you guys.
Okay.
Ooh.
Again, I saw this on TikTok. Please don't judge me. Please follow me on TikTok. I get
That's
3 likes.
That's the name of our new show.
Our new show.
On TikTok.
Saw this on TikTok. There was a girl who said she's had the same blanket. I'm imagining she's like 25. Mm-hmm. She's had a little blankie since she was born.
Yep.
It's deteriorating. It's practically dust, but it does have a little bit of fabric left. You're having a great night, excellent date, charcuterie at sunset, and but then you go home and there's a small shred of fabric. You're like, what's that on your bed? She's like, that's my blanket that I've had for 25 years. Is that concerning to you? Or are you like, you may proceed. We may continue with this session.
What if I use that blanket to wipe the cum up?
No.
After.
That's what the first thing I would have thought it was. Oh, she has a cum rag. Just
she has a cum rag, yeah.
It's handy.
Oh, here's a nice place to...
Okay, well, so we're not worried about it, is what we're saying. We can get over that?
It depends. Like, if she phrases it that way, she's like, oh, that's my blankie. I'm going to be like, Jesus. Like,
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, that's...
No, I'm sure there's some other stuff
absolutely
that's wrong with that.
It goes back to how
hot she is. You're right.
Okay,
if she's super hot and she takes her clothes off and she's banging, but then you have to think about this. But you have to
crazy Matrix thing,
right? But you have to think about this. If she has that, what else? What else?
She says "daddy." She don't say
it's just like an improv in comedy. It's if this then what. Because there is going to be
something else. Yeah.
Maybe she has like maybe she got her dead dog stuffed. And he's just in the place.
I don't know how we've managed to come up with dead animals 3 times in this episode. I started. I'm sorry, everybody.
Sorry, Peter.
I'm sorry, everybody. Well, in finding your love, I feel like a lot of times people actually take going on dates kind of like a job interview, right? You're applying for the position of boyfriend and or a girlfriend, right? And one of the guys messaged and said that he went on a weird date where a girl basically brought out a clipboard of questions, like go-to questions. And he said, I'm so competitive that I really wanted the position. Like I was like, well, now I got to ace this test.
I would be the exact same way.
Would you feel though like intimidated if someone like whipped out a clipboard of, or are you like, this girl is tired of fucking around. She knows what she wants. Because you have some expectations too, right?
So yeah, but all right. So one, I would be like, I'm gonna get this job and then decline it. But two, if you bring that clipboard to a restaurant off Maple Avenue, they might not let you in with it. No, but jokes aside, like that would be weird. But I would try to win that job. But I do think like ultimately no, because like if you do have a checklist, I'm just not a fan of the whole like checklist. It's got to be like things that you want or whatever, but like the chemistry and all that stuff, it just flows.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm about to say this, but if she's got a clipboard, she's too young.
But that's your type.
Exactly. That's why I say I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah. Oh wow.
I'm growing.
Well, okay, so one, so I'm imagining you're great at questions.
Yep.
I feel like you ask really thoughtful questions even to our daters on the pitch. So like when you were dating, did you have a go-to first question on your date to like figure out, is this somebody I can vibe with? Do you have like a test question? I asked people, do they have a go-to? And a lot of people do. Did you have a go-to?
I start, and it's a perfect timing because we got Thanksgiving tomorrow, but I would ask tell me about your holidays with your family. And that usually tells me a lot about her and her relationship with her family, because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to want to know. Like, how's your relationship with your father? How's the relationship with the mom, with your siblings? After that, if she has beef with all of them, she hates them all.
Yeah, it's not good.
Can't get along with any of them.
Not good.
Don't like going home for the holidays.
Not good.
Yeah, we might have some issues.
What do your holidays look like? What about you? Do you have a first, like a go-to question? Is there something you, looking back, you're like, damn, I should have asked this ahead of time? Maybe. Are you married? It sounds like that gets asked a lot.
Yeah, it's usually like...
what Drake song do you like?
What Drake song do you like?
Drake
do you like Larry David? Do you like... I don't know. I mean, I have them, but also... I'm like, let's see how this plays out. Like, hey, how's your ass? I wanted to ask more about this. Like, what were the ones where you're like, nope. Like, if we ask about the holidays, if they said like
some red flag,
fuck Christmas, were you like,
nope. Well, yeah, you fuck Christmas. Yeah, I'm not doing that. But no, I think the ones that I did was a no. Was the ones that don't really have much with their family and they got beef with everybody. And
but are they against going to, like, some people don't like their families, but they like families. They like the idea of it.
Yeah.
Is that a red flag?
I mean, if once again, it depends on how hot she is.
Okay.
You keep going.
Noted.
Yeah.
I think for me, so mine is more like, how many times do they say no? And it's not even a way of like I'm asking like ridiculously absurd questions or whatever, but like, are they somebody that says yes more than they say no. Because if they say no more, then they're probably a negative person and this isn't going to work.
You remember the episode, that scene in Hitch where, Kevin James was seeing those guys talking, go, you know about that new restaurant on such and such? Hated it.
Yeah.
You know about that new fashion district? Hated it.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Yeah, you don't want that.
Wow, what an excellent, I can't believe we haven't talked more about Hitch. I love Hitch.
It's one of my favorite
loved
movies.
Hitch. The original matchmaker, Will Smith. Sorry about this year, Will. Another go-to question that some people have is, do you have health insurance? Haley. Haley is a dental hygienist, so she wants to know what your health situation might be like.
That would have been nice to know.
Yeah.
Monday, when I went for a simple teeth cleaning and got a root canal, a crown, 3 fillings, and spent 6 hours of my fucking day there.
A partridge in a
Haley would never do that to you.
What kind of practice is that?
It wasn't Haley's. She's a queen.
Well, they do need that sponsor.
Yeah, there goes our dental sponsor. My dental earrings.
Well, they do need insurance.
Well,
I may know somebody.
And here's my bite me.
Oh.
No, seriously, bite me.
Okay.
Like insurance, I guess that's important.
I think she was partially kidding, but also like partially like what kind of benefits are we? Or do you work full time? Like what's your situation? And if not, you need to call Juan.
Yep.
The responses I got for like the first go-to question range from things like, have you seen The Office? To what unhealed past traumas are you likely to project into a relationship? And I like the. No, it is. And she's a lawyer, and I appreciate the honesty.
Okay.
Yeah,
but
how did she word that?
I feel like
What did she
exactly
say?
that. What unhealed? I'll do this slowly for Ryan.
Oh.
What unhealed past traumas are you likely to project onto a relationship? Probably daddy issues, example, or abandonment problems, attachment issues. Those are examples.
All of those.
Yeah, all of the above. D. The letters D.
You were looking at me, so I thought you were talking to me, so I'm just answering.
So it literally would range from like, what shows do you like to childhood
Did your dad
issues.
beat you?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's your favorite scary movie? I don't feel like that's not going to tell me much. My mom though, guys,
See why
she
a lot of people are
said,
single.
what 3 movies
Yeah,
best
it's true.
describe? This one's for you.
True.
Actually, you have to off the dome. This
Okay.
is a rapid fire.
Okay.
Okay. What 3 movies best describe your teen years? Go.
Ooh, Night at the Roxbury, Snatch, and Varsity Blues.
Wow. Do you have yours, Juan?
All Bill Murray movies. Just all of them. All of them in the 80s.
I can name them for him. That would be Ghostbusters, Scrooged, and I'm gonna go with Caddyshack because Groundhog's Day was in the 90s.
Yes, true. We got Stripes though.
Yeah.
Stripes in '78.
I didn't see it until I didn't see it in 78.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Talking about when it came out, when it released. Facts.
I like this one. Are you looking for something serious or casual? Straight to the point. Like, get that right off the bat.
Yeah. So you know what? I see this a lot. Like, man. First of all, the worst question of all time.
Oh.
What are you looking for? Because here's the
That's
deal.
like a job. That's like, how much money do you want to make? And you're like, I don't know.
Like all of it. I want all the fucking money.
$300,000 a year.
What am I looking for? Yeah, I'll tell you what I'm looking for. I want that fucking Jay-Z, Beyonce, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, we all want the like soulmate thing, but like.
Yeah.
You can just go looking for like, hey, are you my soulmate? Hey, are you
Yeah.
my soulmate? Like it just happens. Like we all want that.
True.
And so I guess we're all kind of looking for it. So
Well, basically what they're asking is,
hey, do you just want to fuck me? That's exactly what it is. It's like, hey, do you just want to fuck me? And that's it. That's the question. That is the question. I promise. 100%.
Let me reword it for you. Let me translate. Do you guys remember on Key and Peele, Obama had an anchor translator? Do you guys remember that skit?
Yeah.
I like to feel like I'm like I'm gonna take what you're trying to say. I'm gonna translate. I don't know. It's not an anger translation. It's
That's
like
a good Obama. That
you know
just
what I mean?
did.
Thank you. What you're trying to say, like, if someone says, "Are you just trying to? Is this casual? Or are you looking for something more serious?" It doesn't have to be. Do you want to fuck me? It's. Can we just fucking be okay with that and not have to deal with the shenanigans?
Right.
It can be a group thing. It's not like a
That's
girl's
an
not
orgy.
asking that. No. A girl's not asking that every episode. How do we manage to do this? It could be a group, like a duo question. It can be from both sides. But I also think it's a good indicator for like, how much time are you willing to contribute to this? And should I expect that you're the type of person that would be invested in the potential idea of marriage? Or are you somebody who's been burned by it or not interested in that? And like, I think there's more to it than just,
As in the words of Drake, she's really asking you, are you here for a good time or are you here for a long time?
Wow.
Damn.
Wow.
Bless up. Bless up.
Damn. That was a headliner right there.
Beautiful.
Headlines.
Anyway, sorry, Mom.
I just hear.
Yes.
I just hear like
Yep.
when I see casual or just want to have fun or all of those things, because again, we're trying to beat around the bush of dating is like people that are whether it's male, female, whatever it is, we're trying to procreate, right?
Right.
We're trying to have sex. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
So when we say
Mating.
casual, fun, it's like we want to do this without any strings. Like I don't want to have to answer to you tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't we just say it?
Yeah, I just think you're just going down a real dark path when you ask that question. My response to that question would be, yes, I'm here for all of it. Because you got to be casual first. You're not getting married tomorrow.
True.
Yeah.
You're not having a baby tomorrow. At least I hope you don't have a baby tomorrow. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, we're going to be casual. And then from there, we'll see what happens. Everyone wants to see the last chapter before you start the book. It's like, look, you got to open the book and go through this thing. You might not want to go through this book. So, yeah, I mean, let's not skip chapters. Let's go to the levels.
That's why your left hand looks different than ours.
Yeah. That's so you would tell them like we'll start from the bottom and then we'll get here.
Beautifully done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's the Drake.
Here's the
Start
Jake.
it from the bottom.
Just hold on. We're going home.
Oh, double sip. Well, going back to the holidays, I also ask people, because this becomes a touchy subject. It's second to politics. It's when are you getting married? When are you going to have grandbabies?
Yikes.
So I asked people who pesters them the most during the holidays about their relationships, and it is almost a even split. The aunties and the moms. It's always the aunties.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know anything about my life. Stop asking about this. And then the moms or the sisters.
Yeah, the auntie situation is weird. Like all the girls who are like great aunts, great aunts, and they love to show their little nephew and niece, and it's like their baby, but it's not like, I don't know. It's kind of like, fuck you, like get your own baby.
I think the aunts. There's two types. One is trying to live vicariously through you, and the others are like, look, I already went through this shit. It's time for you to be instead of you being out in the single world and doing all this and hooking up with handsome dudes. You need to come over here with us, and so we can bitch about our husbands and about our shitty lives over wine. So that you out there Sex in the City and going on.
It sounds like a lot of people actually don't trust their family to like give any insight or any advice when it comes to dating, because your family knows you. They might know you
better than
from
you.
birth, but they don't know you. They might not know current you. They might not know who you are on the streets. So 70% of people said that they trust their friends more so than they trust their family.
Yeah, for
but
sure.
They also, at the same time, here's the thing: is I asked, would you trust your friends to play matchmaker for you? Like, would you trust that your friends know you well enough to play matchmaker? Like I'm gonna do for Ryan, because I guess I'm the best at this, or worst. And 60% said absolutely not. I would not trust my friends. So I'm like, who do you trust? If your friends are the friends that help you. Thank you, Ryan. And they said absolutely not. I was like, damn. So the next post I did was, would you trust me to be your matchmaker? 83% said yes, but 8 people said no.
Oh.
So sorry guys, you can just unfollow me now.
And so, as Molly said, that we're gonna use Drake lyrics to answer all our dating questions. Absolutely, Molly.
Yeah.
As
Thanks, Champagne and Poppy.
Yeah. What's your resistance?
Wow.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
He keeps asking.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cue the fireworks.
I just want to be successful.
Yeah.
I just want to be
Same.
dating.
I would
successful.
trust both of you
Yeah.
for matchmaking for me.
I think I'd like to throw a curveball for you though. Like
Okay.
I'd want to, because I feel
See,
like
that's
I've
what like my
learned-
mom would want to do though. Now I take it back.
No, not a curveball and then like, wow, that's totally an extreme that I would have never gone for. I want to find an unexpected surprise for you, like somebody who
Is hotter than I imagine.
yep, and smarter and nicer and knows all of the words to Ghostbusters too.
That's impossible. I don't even.
No one knows
okay.
all the words.
I mean, actually,
Yeah,
I do know all the
whatever.
words. So, but
Bill Murray doesn't even know all the words.
Yeah, Bill Murray didn't
Whatever.
even know all the words, but
I also asked if people would trust Amazon to be their dating app instead. And if Amazon was a dating app, which feature would you be the most excited to use? I'm going to ask you guys this. Reviews of your potential matches, because Amazon's great for reviews.
Yeah,
2-hour delivery of your dates.
absolutely.
Free returns of your date, your bad date in this case. And fuck all these. I just want to swipe right on Jeff Bezos.
I would go with the buy now feature.
Wow. You don't even have to you just
the one
credit
click.
cards on file.
One click.
Go ahead. I like the idea of reviews because I read all the reviews, and if one thing has 4.8 reviews but only 3 people reviewed it, I'm like, I don't know. I'll buy a 4.5 thing if it has 10,000 reviews because I trust a larger population. Is that backwards to think like that?
No.
I did that with gloves. I bought some gloves the other day, and I was like, are these true to size?
Gloves for what?
No.
Yeah, OJ, what are you planning on doing?
I know.
Yeah, Jesus.
Sorry, I get cold when I walk outside.
Okay.
It's 80 degrees today.
Regardless of what the weather is.
I have a puppy, and sometimes when I take her outside, it's cold. And so I wanted to get some gloves, and along with my license to carry. Don't mess with me because my hands are warm, and now I get to carry a gun. Okay.
First rule of guns is don't tell people you have guns.
Yeah. Also, I could see Christiana pulling her gun out and it falling on the ground, and it's just shooting everywhere.
You don't have any. Okay, so here's why I check the reviews, and then I'll get off this tangent because then Ryan's gonna yell at me. I got form-fitting slim guns gloves. Oh. So that I could text. It has a text finger.
Okay.
Touch.
Fair.
I looked it up. I wanted to see the reviews. Anyway, whatever. What do you guys care about? Reviews, 2-hour date delivery, or free returns?
I like the you may also like.
Oh.
That's a good one.
Because
that's
there's been times where I've clicked on something and I went down to you may also
I like that more.
What? I do also.
Yeah.
Actually, I just want this instead. So yeah.
Suggested
Yeah.
You might also
Well, I mean, if you like big booties and a smile, you may also like.
That's
you know what? I may also like.
Wait a second.
That's the name of our dating app that we're going to come up with. Is you may also like.
You may also like.
Yeah. We know what you swipe on, and you may also like. So Amazon's, it's nice for what would be 2-hour delivery, or same day delivery, free delivery, same day, right then, the fact that you don't have to go anywhere, you just you open your door and it's right there. If there was
comes in a recyclable box.
Yeah, there was a dating app for that. I'm in too, and you could do the you may also because then they can.
I think that's a way better feature than anything that I even suggested. Good job, Juan.
There he is.
He
never ceases to amaze me.
Every day.
Wow. Moving on to our second to last segment is nice for what? And we don't really have to be nice for anybody, but something that's come up recently in conversation is being people pleasers. And a lot of times I feel like women, and I've experienced this, you guys probably haven't, I feel like I have been expected to be nicer and more accommodating than I really am. And specifically when it comes to not business, but being not successful either, I don't like to say that, but being a busy individual, being, I don't know, not a woman of power, what's the word I'm looking for? I know what I want in work and in life. And I feel like a lot of times we're kind of asked to maneuver and be nice for no reason. But we were talking about this on the podcast, and I want to know from you guys, is dating someone in a position of power or leadership or someone who's had a lot of success, do you feel like that's intimidating and that's going to impact your ability to be in a good relationship? Because some people are intimidated by it, and some people don't know how to deal.
Yeah, I wouldn't say. I mean, we talked about this on I'll Have a Double. We talked about this on Date Debate with Andrea.
It comes up a lot.
This is a conversation that keeps coming around. I don't necessarily think it's the fact that I'm intimidated by the fact that she has a great career and she's powerful. What I think gets in the way is control. Who's the alpha here, right? Who's driving? Who's driving? Because if she's driving, she wears the pants, you're the bitch. Sorry, just the fact.
No nuance.
And I'm talking about really drive. She's really driving.
Or she's doing the hand holding on Instagram.
Yeah,
she's pulling you.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think that's where it can go. Because a lot of times, girls in that position of power, it's hard for them to delineate between those two worlds, a world of power and a world of being submissive, I guess, if you will. Like, and I feel like that's kind of a bad word, right? Like, I don't mean like
not necessarily,
but you know what I'm saying. Like here you're the boss, and you're in charge, and here you want the man to be the like, but it's a fine line, and some people can figure it out, but a lot of people can't.
Yeah, you know, Christiana. You know, there comes a time in a man's life. No, I'm joking. We've been talking about this for like a month and a half, this conversation about the intimidation. And we keep saying, no, you know, we're not intimidated by that. You know, guys not intimidated by that. They just don't like the fact when a woman's talking about, I'm an independent, strong woman.
Yeah.
But I started thinking about this a little bit more. I think the wrong word is intimidation. I think it's pressure. And I think a lot of guys, if they're dealing with a woman who is successful, they feel pressure that their game has to always be up here.
Yeah.
They can't come down here. They got to stay up here. And you feel like day in and day out, you have to make sure that, you know, you don't say a lot of slang, or you're always coming up with information that they might not have. You're trying to figure out a way to impress them.
Shirts could be ironed. Like,
so it's like you're thinking like, you know, and then you go, man, I can't deal with this pressure. You go, oh, you're intimidated. Well, it's like, I don't necessarily say it's intimidation. I think that some guys just want to deal with that pressure of always having to be on their A game all the time. And that might not even be the case, but she might be portraying that, maybe thinking that I gotta always be on my A game, and that could be a little exhausting.
I heard, and the reason why I was thinking about this is I haven't necessarily. Like, I have some good friends who are magnificent. They're brilliant. They're really talented, and on several occasions, guys will say, "You're just too much. Like this is just too much. Like, hey, it's hard to schedule a date because they are busy, or they're really into their careers. And too much is almost, it's like such a slap in the face, because too much of something doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Like, I don't feel like if someone who's, I can see the pros and cons of being too committed to your career and not, you know, paying attention to your relationships. But I hate when I hear them say, he said I was too much. I'm like, what? Too much of a queen? Too much of a boss? Like, I don't understand. And then I did have someone one time say, well, you're probably not ever gonna, you're just too bossy. And I remember being like, okay, well, it was really nice knowing you. Ran the other way. But too like I have heard that when guys say, she's too bossy, she's too much, and it's just like, I think it's just, you're right. It's not calibrating, but it is the pressure. It's like addressing, like, what about it is too much to you. And when I look at that, when I think about my friends where they've said that, I was like, that means he's too, I don't want to say too little of something, but he's missing something there, and that intimidates him or causes pressure.
I think he should finish. He didn't finish the sentence. He meant for me.
Yeah.
That's what he didn't finish that part.
Yeah.
You're too much for me.
Yeah.
You know, too much pressure for me. Because, you know, like I said, some guys can't handle that or don't want to handle it.
That's true.
You know, they got enough shit going on. They got 99 problems. But a successful bitch ain't one.
And
sorry.
also in a lot.
That's not a Drake song, by the way.
Yeah, it's not. A lot of times too, like the whole like opposites attract. If you look around and you see like there's the one that's outgoing and like the life of the party, and there's the one that's a little bit more reserved. Especially a lot of like for me in that sense, if there's a boss type, like, and now we're both like trying to compete for this. That's where it can be because like I'm not going to change. They're not going to, and I'm not going to ask them to change. So now you got two people like.
And then you're that meme where it's the two Spider-Mans pointing at each other,
right?
And you don't know.
And you don't, so then you get that aspect to where it might be too much to overcome, where you're not going to give in, and you know, and I also think that like that's where you got to know yourself.
I'll say you're never too much for the right person.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn.
Ladies, if you're listening, guys too. I guess I've heard from both sides, but moving on to my last segment here, and my final and one of my favorite Drake songs, "Crew Love."
The Weeknd, who was shunned from the Grammys.
we know.
So
wow.
Fuck you, Grammys. You know shit, because his album was incredible.
Hold on a second. I read it's because he's also performing at the Super Bowl, and you're legally not legally, but you're not supposed to do both.
What?
He's performing at the Super Bowl.
What?
You're not supposed to win a Grammy?
And he can't perform at the Grammys.
Well,
That's
we're not
what I
talking
read.
about
I don't know
performing,
what's a
but not even
conspiracy.
winning.
Okay. Who?
I don't know. I was hearing something about a submission of the music submission, like they said that he may not got his stuff in time. Like I don't know if like the record label.
How does he have to get his shit in?
The record label
You've
has
heard the album.
But I mean, there's dates. Like you got to get stuff in, and I don't know if that's something that they have to do or is it something that they do. I'm just saying. That's what I've been reading.
Anyways,
that's all. But
yeah.
Anyway, Crew Love.
The Crew Love here has your back weekend.
Yes.
Ooh, Abel. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. I don't know if I like his face all bandaged up because I can't see his pretty face.
Well,
yeah, but I
mean,
hey,
it's a bit.
Listen to his album. Like a lot of the stuff that we talk about, like he is going through all the things.
Yeah.
And you know,
that's our next episode. This is The Weeknd.
I'm in for that.
Or J. Cole. I thought about J. Cole. J. Cole's got some.
Yeah, well, no features. Like there's too many of us for J. Cole.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. Well, speaking of Love and the crew, I wanted to spend a couple minutes thanking our crew here. And Ryan, behind the scenes here, he makes some funny comments. We bully each other every now and then, but really, we love each other. Is that true?
It's very true, but is Jake Cole another Drake?
Jesus Christ. Oh, God.
First of all, I think he called him Jake Cole.
Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, Jake Cole from State Farm.
Is that outright?
It's Jay. Just the letter J.
You know what? Go ahead and just take this last segment off.
Jake?
No,
okay,
leave
never
it.
mind.
Leave it.
No, but really,
that was not a bit.
Not a bit.
No.
Not a bit by any means. But we really appreciate you, Sekou, Daisy, the whole crew. Thank you for
all
making
you guys.
The whole crew. All the crew. We brought a lot of pizza for Ryan to enjoy. And then I wanted to say that I'm really thankful for you guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I have spent more time with you than pretty much anybody for the whole year. I haven't even seen my family. So my pitch family here, Martina and Andrea, we miss you. I'm so grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful to have a stage to share with you where we get to laugh and embarrass ourselves and read funny stories and tell ghosting stories and quote Drake for a whole hour and a half.
Yeah.
No place I'd rather be. We're grateful for you guys too. Thank you so much for tuning in, and heads up, next week's gonna be a fun one. We're pitching our single friends live here on YouTube. Follow along. Make sure to follow us on Instagram as well, but like and subscribe. And I'm Christiana. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you guys for being here with me, as always.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
See you next time.
Gobble.